Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and it's time for the next comic book movie review. This is one that I was looking forward to. We are talking about Shazam. Shazam was directed by David Sandberg, and it stars Zachary Levi, Asher Angel, Jack Dylan Grazer, as well as Mark Strong and Djimon Hounsou. And can we take a moment to appreciate that Djimon Hounsou was in 2 different Captain Marvel movies within the same year? How crazy is that? I'm going to talk a little bit about the story without giving away any spoilers, tell you a little bit about the things that I took away, and then give you my grade, so stay tuned. First off, and most importantly, thank you for all of you subscribers out there. And thank you guys for watching if you haven't subscribed. You want to remedy that? Go ahead and click that subscribe button. It means so much to me, and when we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to do something very special for one random viewer. Also, if you want to know as soon as I post a video, click that notification bell. You will know as soon as it goes up. So here's the story pretty much. Billy Batson is this kid who is trying to find his parents and ends up in a foster home and becomes chosen by Djimon Hounsou, who is this wizard who goes by the name of Shazam, to be his new champion. And so he is granted all the powers of Shazam, which gives you all these properties. However, there's somebody looking for the Wizard's champion, and that is Dr. Sylvana, played by Mark Strong. He wants the power for himself and will go by any means to get it. That's your story in a nutshell without giving away any spoilers whatsoever. Whew. So, as far as this movie goes, I enjoyed it. I didn't love it like a lot of people are saying, but I really enjoyed it. I did enjoy it a little bit more than I enjoyed Captain Marvel. For those of you who are trying to pit each other against it, I'm not pitting them against one another. I'm just telling you, I thought that it was more fun than Captain Marvel was. So take that as you will. This is, like I said, not a competition. I don't care about that sort of thing. Let's move on. But it definitely gives you vibes of that fish out of water story, and it also, as I said before, it feels like Big in a superhero form. They actually do a huge nod to Big in this movie, and I really not only appreciated it, but I loved that part. Your 2 main younger characters, played by Asher and Jack, it is Billy and Freddie, who are both part of this foster family, do great jobs. Like, generally speaking, we don't give young actors their due diligence, but they do a phenomenal job. I didn't for a second feel like I was watching young actors play kids, but I felt like I was watching them be authentic and real, and I'm so glad that I got that out of this movie. Now, with Zachary Levi, I felt a little different. Billy Batson in this iteration is a 14-year-old, almost 15-year-old. And then when he says the word Shazam, he turns into Shazam, the superhero. So I felt a little off when we first see him, and he doesn't act like a 14-year-old would act. He acts more like what a 7 or 8-year-old would act. I felt like that was a problem with the story. I felt like that was the direction that Zachary was given, so that's what he gave. And as far as I'm concerned, he gave that well. But like I said, some of his facial expressions and things just seemed like they were a little bit juvenile for a early teenager with all the angst and knowledge of the world, if you get what I'm saying. But the movie, like I said, was fun. There are definitely some darker themed elements. So it wouldn't exactly be for kids, even though there are some scenes that are totally up kids' alley. So it's kind of like a mixed bag as far as should you take your kids to this. Now, as far as what you should be expecting, if you're a just casual moviegoer, you'll enjoy the movie, and there will be some surprises for you, definitely closer to the 3rd act of the movie. However, if you're a diehard comic book fan and you know the lore of Shazam, I keep wanting to say Captain Marvel, but it's no longer. If you're a diehard fan of the old Captain Marvel comics from DC, then there are going to be some things that happen in the 3rd act that you're not going to be surprised. However, I will say this, without giving anything away. When that moment happens, I actually cried, and not because I was happy that it happened, but I was so enthused that a level of diversity was being portrayed on the screen. And I think that more and more we're showing that everybody can be included, and it's not just one demographics game, but everybody can get in on this. I love that part. So to kind of wrap things up, the grade that I'm going to give this is a solid 84. Yeah, slightly higher, but like I said, I'm not pitting them against each other. It's fun, but every now and then the story doesn't know if we're talking about a 14-year-old or an 8-year-old. Visually speaking, everything looks fine except for one scene that I was like, wow, that is so CGI. Like, it wasn't super apparent, but the physics didn't work like they were supposed to, so I knew. But everything around the acting is great. Mark Strong pulls in a great performance, and even though I didn't say this about the review earlier, the backstory that we get on Dr. Sylvana is magnificent. I wish we would get more villain backstories like this, to where you are completely 100% crystal clear about what he's trying to do and why he's trying to do it. Everybody else pulls in a strong performance as far as a secondary, and I have to say this, the foster parents in this movie are great, but apparently if you are an actual parent in this movie, you're terrible. So that's my non-spoiler review of Shazam. Let me know what you guys think about the movie in the comment section down below. You enjoyed this video? Hit that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Share this with your friends on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, this is Cameron with CBN Reviews. We'll see you next time.